Good evening, good evening. So, I am back. Had me a little something to eat. I don't give a damn what I do. Okay. I moved my stuff over here by the window. I've lived in these places where they had the windows painted shut, and I don't understand. Why the windows painted shut, goddamn. Okay. But anyway, and when it get real, and it's not really hot. I'm just hot flashing. Um, So my other channel, I was doing a video. I was getting hot and I was fanning myself, and somebody posted Minnow Chill for perimenopause with a black girl vitamins, and I did get some, and I'm out. And it came. I got this. See, black girl vitamins. It is what's it called? Dietary supplements. They have various supplements, various things. I got it for perimenopause, and it does work. It's some good shit. I just am out and I wasn't paying no attention like when they were going out like it's time to order some more. And I don't really don't like doing the auto um the auto ship where they, take out what $27. I just don't like doing that. I like to be in control. But given the circumstance, okay, I might just go ahead and do that because it's some really good stuff. So anyway, and the support. It's just so funny going through perimenopause. I mean, like, you go through so many different symptoms at various points in times. Anyway, I am. If you watch my other channel, my tarot channel, I probably won't have any zodiac readings for tomorrow because I have some other work that I'm trying to get done. I got a deadline I'm trying to make, so I'm just gonna try to resume them on tomorrow's Thursday, so you all will have them on Friday. I was gonna even try to do like a collective reading tonight, but I just don't have the time. So anyway, on the last live that I just did, I was looking at it, and I was thinking about my daughter. My daughter is 20 years old. She'll be 21 in August. She is really good with her hands. She's an excellent cook, although she doesn't think so, but she is. Like, it's like she just. I watched her in the kitchen. Like, the lady raised me. Like, when I was pregnant, her daughter's father used to come out, stay with her at the time. Lady raised me, and I love chicken. I mean, I used to. I don't really. I'm not crazy about it like I used to be, but I used to love fried chicken. So he used to come over with big old family pack of wings, and he would fry and the chicken. And Lady raised me talked about how she said, "I know he's a good cook." I said, "Why you say that?" She said, "Because of the way he, handles himself in the kitchen." So I watched my daughter in the kitchen, like the way she cooks and everything is just so meticulous. She's just really good at it, and her food is so good. She's a baker. She loves to bake. So one summer, I was asked to go to, where was that? Atlanta for a couple of months, which was some bullshit. I talked about that. But anyway, while I was gone, my daughter stayed. Lady who raised me, her granny. That's what she called her granny. And when I came back, this girl was a full-on baker. Now, Lady who raised me always told me that she was a really, really good cook. I mean, she cooked a lot when we were younger, but when we got older, she just was working a lot and everything, and she didn't really cook as much. She started cooking again more. Oh, my sibling, my brother, he went to college and it was just me and her, so she had more time. But by that time, she was doing a lot of changes in the way she ate. We changed the way we ate. Ground turkey instead of ground beef. Less salt, less sodium, blah blah blah. But they always, like her brother, always told me that she was a really excellent cook. I'm gonna say, not saying she wasn't. It's just I was little. When as time went on, because of her work schedule. I was, a kid. You know what I'm saying? But then because of her work schedule, she really wasn't able to cook as often. But anyway, so my daughter, what she did, she taught her how to bake. And to this day, my daughter will not bake anything from a box or a can or anything. She does everything from scratch. And she was go through this phase, like she might have been in middle school or maybe her early years of high school, where and we'd be sitting there like 7:30, 7 o'clock at night, and she'd be like, I want to make a lemon cake. She would go in the kitchen, and I'm not on bake. So I would just be thinking, I don't even think we have everything in there that she needs. That girl would come out of that kitchen with a lemon cake that she baked. And she would zest the lemon. I mean, she just all into it. So one time I bought a box cake. Well, I bought yeah. And I can't remember why I bought it. I think I was going to try to bake a cake for her birthday or some shit like that. I don't remember, but it was in the cabinet for the longest. And she wanted to bake a cake, and she said, I'm not sure we have everything. And I said, well, it's a box cake up there. And when she looked at me, she was like, she won't do shit. She won't do nothing like that. She does everything from scratch, like she is really like an old soul. Seriously. Like when I had her, I was 34. When I gave birth, her father was 44. And she is really, truly an old soul. So I remember when she was so cute. She's a little toddler. And, she'd be in her little car seat. And I'm playing some music, some older music or whatever. I look back, this girl have her legs crossed, rocking back and forth just like an old person. Oh my God, look at this girl. I mean, she just really like a little miracle child in so many ways, because I swear, being pregnant with her, like, and me and her dad, we were living together for a hot second. We didn't get along at all, but I left, and we were going to, purposely, get pregnant. We were older, he was settled. I was pretty much settled for the most part. It didn't seem like nothing was ever gonna happen. And then we got kind of mad at each other for a little while, so we wouldn't touch each other for a long, 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 long time. And I left, and next thing I know, I'm waiting for my period to start. It never started. And I was like, there's something wrong. I felt myself cramping or whatever. And I just remember being at work one day thinking something might really be wrong with me. I'm cramping and nothing's coming. And it's been like maybe like a week or something like that, which was not my normal cycle, right? So I rushed to the, what happened? Oh, I just happened to get a tarot reading right before that. And I wasn't cramping at that point, but I happened to get a tarot reading. And the lady pulled out, I think the Empress card will pop up now that I know tarot. I just remember looking at these cards, and I asked her a question, and she's doing the shuffling the cards and shit, laid them out. And a card came out, and she said, well, you're probably pregnant. And I said to myself, I said, oh, she is way off today. I don't know what kind of deck she had. All I remember is I saw this card of this woman, and I just remember this long flowing hair on the card. Now that I'm doing tarot, I'm like, okay, that must have been the Empress card she pulled. But anyway, I was like, oh, she's off. She's talking about, and because sometimes it happened, she was real good, but sometimes it happened. Which is another person, this white woman, this reader I used to go to, that I introduced that bleeding Z to. You went to her and lied to her about me. Let me see, am I right about it? Am I right about it? That white woman I used to go to tarot readings that I introduced Zuri to, she went to that woman, lied to her about me, didn't she? Now that powder, I don't know what that shit was, but you got that woman to do something. Some evil kind of workings on me. Did Zuri get that woman to do some kind of evil workings on me? Of course you did. Everybody that I knew that I introduced your dumb ass to. You fucking faulty heifer. But anyway. So anyway, and I had been going to this woman a hot minute. But nevertheless, moving on. I'm like, this woman don't know what she's talking about. She Ryan pregnant. So then the cramping starts that week. And I'm thinking, something's really wrong. I was scared than a motherfucker. So I said, maybe I'm pregnant, so I go get a test. I didn't I was so like kind of frantic a little bit, I guess. I didn't think to go to like the drugstore and get a test. I went to Planned Parenthood and they took the test and it came up negative. Oh my God, when the woman said negative, I just about died. I said, oh my God, something is wrong with me. I gotta go to the doctor, something's happening, blah, blah, blah. She looked at me, she said, calm down. Because I said all that to her. She was like, calm down. She said, you probably a little too early. She said, wait a week. I said, oh, and she said, take it. She said, but just go to the drugstore and get a test. I said, I didn't even think about that. Okay. In the interim, I sent an email to her dad because we broke up, and I never expected to really talk to him again. And I told him, I think I might be pregnant, but I'm not sure. So he never responded, which was not like him. And I was just like, waited days for a response. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit all about? You know what I'm saying? Why isn't he saying anything? Okay. So I called him. I was like, did you get my email? And he was like, yeah, I got your email. I said, well, why haven't you responded? He said, because you can't be pregnant. It's impossible. And I was like, that's what I was thinking. It's impossible. It can't be, And, based off time and all that kind of shit, it's impossible. Okay. So he said, well, did you find out yet? I said, no. He said, well, hurry up and find out. Go get the test. Because that was a week, when I called him from when the lady told me. She said, wait a week. That day. So I said, I'm going to get a test right now. Take a test. Boom, there it is. And we were both of us were just like, how is this possible? But nevertheless. My daughter used to do some of the most interesting. Now, if somebody's sending me something, just right back at your fucking ass. How's that? Okay. But my daughter used to do some interesting things when she was little. Okay. And I mean like baby. I remember one time she was so cute. He was holding her and she was just laughing and cracking up. He was like, look at her laughing. I said, she's not laughing. I mean, she wasn't, I don't even know if she was a month old at that point. She can't be. And he said, look. And she was just giggling and laughing and smiling like hair all over. It was so cute. And I remember one time, I'm not going to go into a whole lot right now, but I don't know if she was like maybe about 8 months. She wasn't talking, And it was, what was it? I think it was Thanksgiving or something. We were, I was on my bed and he was in there and she was on the bed and he kept telling her, say hi, say hi. And she was just, blah, 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 mumble, baby talk. And he kept doing it and this girl jumped toward him and she said, I did say, and then she went into her baby talk. And me and her father, like, I was eating, I dropped my fork, and he was like, oh, my God. I mean, the girl clearly said, I did say. Just like, well, what is this child here, Like, when I was pregnant with her, I thought that, at first, initially, I thought I was having a boy. And his name is Tony, so I was going to name her Tony. Tony can be a girl or boy. But I was going to name her Tony Ayana. And I said, but... yeah, if it's a boy. I remember one night, I was in the bed about 2, 3 in the morning from off this way over to my, left. I heard Gaia woke me up to that. So I think I'll talk about this a little bit. If anybody's ever seen that movie, that video for children, Kirikou, African Tale, and how Kirikou walked out of his mother when she was pregnant with him. And she said, he looked at her and he said, hi, I'm Kirikou. He told her who he was. And that's just like it was my daughter, like she was telling me who she was. I'm Gaia, So I said, okay, if it's a girl, I'll name her Gaia. Her father is so interesting because he didn't know nothing about spiritual things or whatever. And he was like, ain't that a boy's name? Because he heard Guy. And I was like, no. is a goddess, you know. And I found out later though, when she was in preschool, I sent her to, she used to go to this Montessori, and there was a lady there. I forget where she was from, but she wasn't from Greece. I can't remember. But where she was from, she said that's a common name where I'm from. And she said the boy's name is Gaios, which I think is so fucking gorgeous. I was like, wow. But anyway, you know, so Gaia is what I named it, because I said that's who she told me she was. Very interesting things. I had arthritis in my knees not long. How old was, I had her at 34. So this might have been 30. I was about to be 38. I would, knees would hurt. I would walk, step up on a curb and like buckle. Like I didn't know what it was. And I went to the doctor, got a exam, and he said, "Oh, you have slight arthritis." That shit was painful as fuck. I said, "Slight arthritis, shit." You know, and he was really old, and he was old school, and he was like, you know, I can give you a pain medication for it. He said, but it's pretty strong, or you can do this. He went up to the wall and he did some squats. Now, I really wasn't into the working out back then like I had become. I would do stuff like walking and stuff like that. And at that point in my life, I wasn't exercising at all. And to this day, I've never, ever taken any kind of pills or anything for it. Once I really started working out, doing squats, I never had a problem with my knees anymore. But my daughter she's so funny. She saw me out there. It was so painful. This was before I went to the doctor, and he told me what to do. I was like literally crawling up and down the steps sometimes, because to step up, it would just, my knee would buckle before I knew that's what it was. And finally one day, she said to me, and she probably was about 3 or 4 years old. She said, you know, why do your knees hurt? And she said, do your knees hurt? She said, because when you were a baby and I was your mother, I took you to the park and you fell off the swing on your knees. And I just was like, wow. She said that to me about 4 times, the same exact way, on separate occasions. When what she said, when you were a baby and I was your mother, I took you to the park and you fell off the swing on your knees. So I had a guy a friend of mine, he's an astrologer and he's, you know, real spiritual. And he said to me, he said, you know, when your daughter was your mother, this was not that long ago. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's, you know, and I told him the story, how she told me that, you know, how she would say that to me. My daughter always gave off this energy not now, not now, that the only reason she came to this space and place was to be with me. She always gave, and this reader, that white woman, she looked at her picture one day. She had never saw it, but she looked at her picture and she said, I can see that, you know. And it was a spiritualist here, a black woman, older woman that I used to go to as well. She saw her when she was a baby, when she was an infant. And she used to say some things to me about her that was pretty consistent. My daughter, I'm not going to go into every, you know, incident that was so interesting when she was growing up. She comes across as, well, like I said, she's older now. Very no nonsense. She's a Leo. Her birthday is in August, okay? She's a Leo. Her moon, what did they say? The moon and rising is Scorpio, okay? Yeah, I forget what it is in Vedic. Okay, but she comes across as very no nonsense, okay? Very strong personality. Always did very well in school. I came on here one time when I had to prove people's lies about me, to disprove rather their lies about me and my child. Now, when these videos were made, I didn't listen to them because I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to somebody sitting over there slandering me, lying about me, who don't know me from shit. I don't know what the fuck this is all about and why she's doing it, except it's got to be about these men or whatever. Well, now I know more. Okay, so I never listened to it, but I was told by 2 separate people, she was talking about your daughter and everything. And I didn't ask them what she said about my daughter. I think it's pretty sickening and pretty disgusting that whatever your idea about trying to slander me and ruin me and ruin my life and my reputation from whomever, that's one thing. But when you go after somebody's child, a 16-year-old kid that you don't even fucking know, she was 16 at the time, that's some pretty low down dirty ass shit, especially if all it's about is some dick. Well, now I know more. I don't know everything, okay? But like I said in the last video, I'm gonna find out. All right? But anyway, that's my child. That's my daughter. And, I'm going to defend my daughter. And like I said, I did. My daughter played the piano from the age of 5 all the way to the age of 16 at the Cleveland Music Settlement. Okay. Shit, I can't remember her teacher's name. Gaia. What was your piano teacher's name? What was your piano teacher's name? Huh? Evans, that's right. Patty Evans. Now, I shouldn't have to do that, but I'm doing it. So anybody they want to, they can call the Cleveland Music Settlement, which ain't no cheap ass shit. And her piano teacher's name was Patricia Evans. My daughter was always an honor roll student. I showed all of that shit. Never gave me an ounce of problems. Little flip at the mouth at times, but never gave me no problems. Never got in trouble in school, maybe once or twice here or there. I remember one time this girl thought she was going to bully her and my daughter pushed her and the girl went rolling her ass down them fucking steps. Good. Because you're not going to bully my fucking daughter because you just want to be a big fat little bully. And that was the situation. But what actually happened was my daughter was new at the school. She started going to the school in October of that year. And they were lined up on the teacher gave, teacher gave them the line order. My daughter got in line. She was new. I think she was only in there at school for 2 weeks. And it was this little big girl who she thought she was going to be a fucking bully. And she thought she was going to bully my daughter. So she was trying to push my daughter out of the line. And my daughter pushed her back. And that big tub of Lara went rolling her ass down them fucking steps. Good, bitch. That's what the fuck you get. Now, my daughter, what her intention, she said, well, I wasn't trying to push her down the steps. I was just pushing her out of my way. She was pushing me. Okay. A little shit like that. But she never was, a troubled child, never gave me no fucking trouble. Nowhere she went. Matter of fact, everywhere she went, every school she went to, the teachers, people that guy didn't even think knew her, as far as administration, teachers, principal, everybody loved the girl. Her first year of kindergarten, she went to a school in Shaker and she wasn't going to be there the next year. And the secretary was like, well, what do you mean? Guy is not going to be here next year. We love Guy. That's everywhere she has gone, even to this day, wherever she works. People just love her. They're just drawn to her. When she was a baby, I used to carry her, go to the mall and, holding her and whatnot. And people will always come up to me just, going crazy over my daughter. To the point, at one point, I got kind of fucking scared. You understand? I don't want nobody coming after my baby. You understand what I'm saying? All kind of people. White, black, purple, green. All the children would look at her in awe when she was a baby in a stroller. Okay. A lot of the things that this bitch over here said, bitch, came up out of your fucking mouth, Miss Zarita. Now, I don't know what the bitch said about my daughter. Those evil, nasty, negative things. Well, first of all, did the crazy bitch over there say some evil, nasty, negative things about my daughter? Oh, yeah, of course she did. Okay, stop. But those things that she said, was that shit that Zarita said to her. Mm-hmm. You crusty, nasty whore. And for all you knew, this little girl was your fucking cousin. Now, it's one thing, if you want to do that to me, fine, whatever, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. It's obvious. who's who and what's what. But I still have to defend myself. Because you promise people money, because that's the only way you could get any kind of anybody around you to like you in any way, shape. That's the only reason them fucking cousins of yours it joined you, because they thought they was gonna get some money too. You such a jealous little heifer. You was mad at Phoenix, jealous of her because she was having babies and you fucking wasn't. I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I gather the things that you said to this bitch and whoever else about my daughter is who and what you were. Let's see. The things that this bitch Zarita said, negative and nasty, and that were lies about my daughter. Is this how what she did and how she behaved as a child and who she was? Yeah. You thought in every way, shape, and form you was gonna put your nasty, rotten little STD infected fuck ass. You thought in every way, shape, and form that you was going to put your nasty fucking energy and your nasty fucking life and your nasty fucking ways off on me. And apparently and my daughter. You thought that you were going to quote unquote take my place and be me. And I was going to take on all of your nasty, you are the nastiest, one of the nastiest girls and women I have ever met in my fucking life. And I've known some wild ass bitches. But none of them compare to you and your rot gut nastiness. And you thought you was going to put shit off on my daughter. And the amazing thing about all this, although the bitch ain't innocent over there, it's much, because I thought it was all her. What the fuck is wrong with this bitch? I'm like, she going this crazy over some damn dick? Some niggas I don't even talk to. Wouldn't let touch me with all the STD they say they was flying, throwing all over the gym. From them too. One of them, I don't know, they said one of them, no, thank you. She want both of them. No, I don't want neither one of them. You sat there and you watched, you listened to all of that bullshit in that woman's mouth, but that made you happy. Okay. Earth angel. And the earth angel sat there and watched me accuse your dumb ass of her dumb ass of probably about 99% of the shit was all fucking you, Zarita. Because you thought you was going to get her back too. For talking about your dumb ass. Like I said, I ain't tell her to do that. Grown ass woman do what the fuck she wants to do. But you and your fucking defunct crew, your cousins had no business bothering the bitch no motherfucking way. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what the bitch was up to. I don't give a fuck what the bitch was up to, what her game was or nothing. Y'all ain't no business bothering the bitch. You know her. But she ain't innocent. You promised her some fucking money. Just because you wanted that. And then you attack my daughter? Somebody you used to hold. That's one thing my lady who raised me. And sometimes I go to say my mother, I do. That's one thing she told me. Don't let everybody hold your fucking shit, your child. She didn't cuss now. The cuss words is not mine. And she didn't cuss in front of me. But one time she got so mad at me she did cuss when I was younger. But one thing she told me, don't let everybody hold your child. Because one thing they used to do in church, every time somebody had a fucking baby, they passed them babies all over the fucking church. I remember I had my daughter. I was sitting in church and a girl came and she just grabbed her. I was going to say something, but I didn't because that particular person, I liked her. And she was holding her. I looked back at my baby and she was just like in heaven in that girl's arms. She was so cushy. And I didn't mind. But when nobody else holding my daughter. Nobody else would have asked either. You held my daughter. Not often. One time you did. You watched my daughter, which I used to feel like I don't like leaving her with her, but I can't find nobody else. And I got to go to this meeting. I don't know what the flashing on here is for all about. Was somebody trying to hack in or break in to stop the video or some shit? I don't know. Let's see. Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening? Somebody trying to hack in and stop the shit? Why? If that's the case, why? You can go around and slander me and lie about me. Have people do it on telling shit online. I don't know whose DM you might have gotten in from my friends list on Facebook or on my last YouTube channel. Have motherfuckers try to beat my ass and all this kind of stuff. I'm hearing silence me, trying to silence me. You can do all of that shit, but you have a problem with me speaking up and defending myself on your dumb ass. And what you tried to do to my life. Because you're a fucking wreck. No, you're the nasty whore whose mother said at your graduation she didn't think you was going to do it, make it. You're the nasty whore who when I would pick up, your mother didn't know where you was, when you was, why you was, nothing. You're the motherfucking nasty whore who called me that one night you don't remember when you was in high school. Can't you think you can come get me? After 12 fucking a.m. Bitch, where are you? What the fuck is going on? I ain't never had no issues with my daughter. My daughter ain't never been that. The shit you did to me was real fucked up and low down. And you probably still trying to do it. But you do that to my daughter? You hate my daughter? Why? Because you wish I was your fucking mother instead of the one you got? Amazing. I'm hearing the words trip up. No, bitch, you ain't gonna trip me up. If that's what you want. See me a down and out bitch like you? Now, I didn't know your motherfucking ass growing up. I was away in college. And even when I wasn't, I didn't talk to you. I saw you at this little local summer family reunion at the uncle's house or the auntie's house or whoever's house. And didn't talk to you fucking ass. You were a kid. I don't know you. I don't know what kind of hell you gave your household. No, didn't no girls ever jump my daughter. like they did you. Well, why did they? I don't know, bitch, because you did some nasty, rotten shit. And my daughter ain't never had them issues. And I ain't never had them issues. She ain't never been on drugs. She ain't never been on alcoholic like you. Bitch, I used to pick your ass up when I first got here. For them early years, after that lady tell me, oh, spend time with it and all that kind of crazy shit. It's a Tuesday afternoon. You getting in my car drunk as fuck. Let's see, is it true? With the bitch, Zuri to get in my car drunk as fuck on a Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. Yes. Just fucked up. And I told her, I was like, hey, I don't know what the issues are. I don't know what's going on with your motherfucking ass. But you can't hang out with me like that. I'm like, it's Tuesday afternoon. What's going on? Why are you drunk? Then you call yourself, come get in my car. I guess you thought, what they say, you can't smell vodka. Bitch, yes, the fuck you can. I said, oh, so she gonna try to drink some vodka. And, hey, I don't know, I didn't judge you or whatever, but I didn't understand what the fuck the issue was. Hey, you told me you've been drinking since you was 8 fucking years old. Is that what you said about my daughter? You said you've been drinking alcohol since you was 8 years old. Now that's a problem. That's called I'm hearing psychological abuse, neglect, and all of that type of shit. And is that what you said about my daughter? That she was a fucking drunk skank like you at the age of 8? I have a heart for people, but I don't have one for you. After all that dirty ass shit that you did. And probably continue to still do. You want to be a fucking drunk, you and Prophet over there? Your man. Because that's all he likes to do is fucking drink. And get any drug in his system he can, just like your fucking ass. Y'all a perfect match. I'm not mad. I'm not jealous. I don't care. None of this stuff, none of it. The Philippe, the you, none of this shit I would ever be talking about if you hadn't done all of this shit. I didn't give a fuck. I what's going on with my life. Who the fuck sits up there and keeps harassing someone who says, well, you have done dangerous things to me. I'm leaving. We can't be friends. We can't be nothing. Gaia, what time she get off?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, girl. How long you been here?
For a minute.
Oh, wow, okay. Oh, when you come in, please say hi. I started to worry. Just let me know you here, okay?
Okay.
Because it just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, it's almost 11 o'clock. All right. But anyway, is that what you? That's what you told folks? You are disgusting. You are pathetic. You fucking pitiful as fuck. Well, like I was saying, I wasn't talking about any of this shit, but who sits up there and gets mad because you've done some dirty, rotten, scandalous shit to somebody, and then when they see and they move on, then you're mad and you decide you're going to harass them for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. I'm dead and I'm going to show everybody I'm going to win. Let me get out my candles and my black magic and keep lying about the bitch. I'm going to meet every new person I see. I'm going to say her name, say she did something terrible to me. Let me call all her jobs. What is she doing? 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 Where's she at? What's she doing? What's she doing? Let me call all her jobs and tell everybody how evil and mean she is and how nasty she is and blah, 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 blah. And about her daughter, blah, 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 and all the dumb shit. So I can stop her life. Okay, I can't stop her from doing shit, but I can get on her nerve, though. You can't even put a pad on when you bleed or a tampon. And you're going to talk about somebody and their children. Any fucking way. I already did the video showing my daughter's accolades and who the fuck she is. It's just kind of, like, bitch, I'm thinking it's this crazy ass bitch over here just talking out the side of her neck. And you just thought you were so slick and so sexy and so sly. I'm gonna get them both. That bitch was talking about me. You should have left the bitch alone. She shouldn't do anything to your fucking ass. I don't know if she started making that video. She made that video about you after you was bothering her. What the fuck are you bothering her for? Or maybe she did it before. I can't remember shit. I know y'all had a fucking field day when I was laid out on that couch and I was taking pictures. Oh, she's sick. She on drugs. No, it's called perimenopause. Early symptoms. Or maybe it was your black magic that you was throwing my way. One night, back then, oh boy, I was having had a difficult night. So what the fuck is going on? So a long time ago, was I still working at that gym? I think so. And I just happened to see Rashada. She came there one day and she said, dang, she got to talking and she was telling me about the rough ass night she had. I was listening and I was like, bitch, I went through the same fucking thing. So, you sent that shit to me and her. Let's see. That night I'm talking about, Zarita did her little black magic on me and Rashada that night. Mm-hmm. I thought you was so fucking cute and hot and sexy. You a fucking nut. You trying to put your nuttiness off on everybody else. I thought it was so strange that she was telling me and the stuff she was telling me she was going through that night. I was sitting there like, damn, bitch, I went through the same thing last night. What the fuck is that all about? The whole time, I realized this a long time ago. Just because I'm saying something now about it don't mean shit. I said, oh, that's... okay. You been trying to throw stuff at my daughter. You little evil shit. Hey, every single thing, I told your ass a long time ago I was doing online. If you won't leave nobody alone and you can't leave nobody alone, may your greatest fear become your reality. That's exactly what's going to happen to your fucking ass, bitch. But it's going to be a lot worse than you can imagine. You have no fucking clue. And bitch, I don't do no black magic. I don't do shit. It's just called what you put out there is what you get back, but you get it back double time. But your motherfucking ass gonna get it back quadruple time because that's exactly what you get and that's exactly what the fuck you deserve. And your mama gonna sit there and watch and laugh her fucking head off. Guarantee. That's what you deserve. And bitch, don't you bring your motherfucking ass back over in my dreams either. Your twisted ass. People have done that shit. My response in the dreams ain't how it used to be. But bitch, you already got your ass stomped once and you just an ignorant asshole. You just an ignorant asshole. Like that church bitch I was talking about the other night. Ain't nobody safe around you. Children, men, women, cats, dogs, children, babies. Who knows how much magic you've done to children and babies. You and Prophet, the wannabe warlock nigga. All right. That is it for the night, honey. It's 10:50. Y'all, her favor. Peace.